So I'm recording this right after the Virginia Tech game. If you haven't seen that episode, go back and check it out. You can see the score right there. We did end up losing in the college football playoff quarterfinal to Virginia Tech in the Fiesta Bowl. So we are just going to jump right into the offseason. I've been kind of antsy to do this, so we're doing it now. Probably going to do it in two parts. I'm recording this pretty late at night, so if you hear a voice change or my tone change, that's why. Don't plan on doing the entire offseason right now, but I wanted to get into it. I was excited to get into the first offseason. Unfortunately, we did not make it to the national championship game and win it all, but that just means we got more things to build to. We also didn't win the Big 12 championship, so we got a ways to go still in this dynasty. But let's sim to the next week and keep track of what's going on. I will jump into the little spreadsheet we have with all the awards and stuff and all that. I'll get into all that in just a little bit, but I want to get into this, see what the off season's like. Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week goes to Brendan Maher. He had 2 sacks in that Virginia Tech game. Really sucks we didn't pull that one out, but you know, is what it is. There's the coaching carousel as per usual. Let's check this out. I may cut this out. We're not going anywhere, so no big deal. We already actually offered a new defensive coordinator, but we'll see how that goes. I think. Oh, we actually hired him. I believe he was the head coach at USF originally, and we moved him away. I wanted to get away from the 3-3-5 defensive scheme. I think we're going to switch it up to the 4-2-5. Still good against the pass, but we can get some more pass rush there and not have to worry about not getting to the quarterback, which was a problem in the back half of the year. Quarterbacks just had way too much time to throw the ball. So we're going to switch it up next year into a 4-2-5. Looking at some of the other scores, let's go back. Obviously, we see the winners there. That was our game. We ended up losing, which sucks. But Ohio State pulled Central Michigan, who got the bye. We talked about this in the Tech video, that Central Michigan got the bye instead of the SEC school. So Ohio State beat Georgia in the first round, and in my opinion, we're basically gifted a way into the semifinal by beating the crap out of Central Michigan. Props to Central Michigan. They scored 24 points. I don't know exactly. We can look at the box score when they scored all their points. They did all their points in the second quarter, so they were against the first team defense. What was it? It was 28-17 at the half. It didn't go well for Central Michigan. Michigan, however, beat down Penn State in the Rose Bowl. Obviously, we lost, and UCF pulled a 2-point win over Miami in the Sugar Bowl to clinch their spot in the semifinal. And Virginia Tech is going to take on UCF in Ohio State versus Michigan, round 2 in the Cotton Bowl of the college football semifinal. That's going to be an absolute banger of a game. Who would have thought you'd get 2 Ohio State versus Michigan in one season? That's nuts. But let's just keep advancing, keeping track of what's going on. We do get a commitment. We're not able to recruit, so we're just kind of standing pat where we're at. But we did get Titus Duarte, middle linebacker, so still bulking up that defense. But yet another commit, a gem middle linebacker, so that'll be good. He'll fit right into that 4-2-5 scheme we switch over to. UCF and Michigan are playing for the national title. Michigan gets the best of Ohio State once again. UCF beat Virginia Tech 38-10. Wow. And then 28-21. Michigan in the championship game once again. They will take on the Big 12 champions, UCF, in the national title. And I'll update the spreadsheet and all that stuff after this. So again, when we go over that, we can fill that out. Still moving forward. Still moving forward. Let's see who the national championship winner is. Can Michigan repeat? They cannot. UCF is your national championship, their first actual national championship. They did claim one a couple years back when they went undefeated and didn't make the championship game or the playoff or whatever was going on then. But this time UCF can actually call themselves national champions. The UCF Golden Knights are the champions of year one. Who could have guessed that, man? Who could have guessed it? Looking at the season stats, Avery Johnson threw for nearly 4,000 yards, had 34 touchdowns through the air and 15 interceptions. Had a bit of a turnover problem late in the year, may have cost us in the end, but I not going to put it entirely on Avery Johnson. He is just a true sophomore, so next year will be year 3, and he'll be come back even better than this year. Giddens had nearly 300 carries and had 1,600 yards and 13 touchdowns. Dylan Edwards had 110 carries for 775 yards. That's a 7-yard per carry average. That's incredible. Avery Johnson only 150 yards on the ground, but it does count the sacks as rushing yards. So it's kind of, I don't know, it seems skewed. I feel like that's not fair, but you know, it is what it is. We're not really here for the stats that much. Receiving wise, Jace Brown falls just short of 1,000 yards. Didn't really make an impact in that Virginia Tech game. Not as much as I would have liked. Jaden Jackson, 51 catches for 791. And Dante Cephas in his last year of college football, 787. Dante Cephas and Jaden Jackson both will be leaving us after this year. And as will Will Swanson. We'll get into the graduates and everything. We have a little sheet for that as well, but we won't have to really go over that. There's a lot of graduates to go over. Defensively, tackles, VJ Payne had 142 tackles. He was all over the place. You don't see, I mean, he is a run sport safety, so he does kind of creep up a little bit, so not super surprising. We'll see. He is only a junior. He could come back next year, but K-State has put some guys through the draft in recent years. He could be one that leaves early. Austin Moore, he will be leaving us. Marcus Sigel will be leaving us. Garber will be leaving us. Jake Clifton, I'm hoping comes back. He would be a leader on defense. He had over 100 tackles as well. Keenan Garbers, we actually gave up a lot of receptions. So cornerbacks and DBs had a lot of tackles. Garbers even had two sacks. He also had 4 interceptions, 3 of which went back for touchdowns, including that incredible pick 6 against Texas Tech to seal the game. Jacob Parrish had 3 himself. On the sack total, Brendan Mott finished the year with 17.5, and Jordan Allen had 12, with Chidi Abazor having 7.5. Not a lot of pass rush. I mean, quite a few people had at least a sack, but if it wasn't Mott or Allen, kind of difficult to get the quarterback. So again, switching up the scheme next year to maybe get to the quarterback a little bit more, at least a little bit more consistently. Let's go with that. Maybe not more, but a little bit more consistently. Chris Tennant, 78% on field goals. He will not be here next year. I would love to have him back. I think it was just a me thing, and the new kicking meter early on in the year was real tough. But we do have another kicker in Leighton Simmering. I may look to bring in another kicker. He does have a big leg, so we'll see. But I'm not super confident in Leighton Simmering being the kicker going forward. Kick return wise, Dylan Edwards, he did have a second touchdown. Kick return for a touchdown in that last play of the season was Dylan Edwards taking it to the house and cutting the lead back to 5, but we're not able to do anything else. So Dylan Edwards ended the year on a high note by getting into the end zone for his second time, but he will likely return and be the kick returner alongside Sterling Lockett once again next year. So shouldn't be really any different next year. But yeah, that's the stats. Sterling Lockett, obviously, but that's the stats for the season. We don't want to look at the career stats because they all just keep 1 year, so no need to look at those. The final top 25 actually going to have to do this on the fly. So we're going to keep it up, but I'm going to have the Dynasty spreadsheet up while I do this. So this could take a minute. So I'm going to cut this out, and then I will come back when I finish filling this out. I actually just realized this is for the beginning of the season, not for the final top 25, so no real need to do that. But that is the final. I guess we can look at the final top 25. It's UCF obviously on top with Michigan right there, but a lot of teams dropped because they had lost. But this isn't really much to look at. I don't think NC State really is finished the year as the number 4 team in the country, but it is just the media stuff, so nothing really crazy that really needed to go on here. I see Texas State had 3 wins right there. They were ranked 25th. Wow. Okay. Central Michigan lost to Ohio State by like 22, I want to say, and they went up in the rankings. But 10-win season from Central Michigan, no easy feat there. But I think we're ready to move on to the next week. This will begin the actual off-season. Looks like Jacob Kuntz has the risk of transferring. I mean, not that I don't want him here, but I mean, if he wants to play, I'm not going to stop him from transferring. He seemed to be the only one that, I don't know why he thought he was going to get playing time, but let's just go into players leaving and see what goes on. Jacob Kuntz will be transferring due to playing time. We can persuade him. However, there's really no point. Not that I don't need a backup quarterback. I don't think Blake Barnett is ready yet. We saw him a few times. I've played with him in a little bit of practice. He definitely isn't ready, even probably to be a backup. So we may need to target a backup in the transfer portal. Hopefully, maybe like a true freshman who, I don't know, we can give it a shot. But he'd have to be a young guy, and we may have to focus on getting a quarterback in the next recruiting class. Probably will be a point of need. However, I do have to do the graduates here. I don't want to forget to do that. I know it's not super important, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now, and I will come back to you guys in just a little bit. All right, I got the graduates in there. We are allowing Jacob Kuntz to leave. We're not going to persuade him to stay at all. We did not lose anyone to the draft, so all of our juniors and sophomores are returning, so that's good to see. I did notice we're losing 3 free safeties and a lot of cornerbacks. So 3 free safeties and 2 cornerbacks, Garber and James, both leaving. We also actually have 3 corners. Tyler Nalome, the slot corner, is also leaving. So some names to replace there, especially guys like James, Garber, Cephas, Jackson, Mott, Moore, and even on the offensive line, Panzer, Portier, Willis, all guys we have to replace. Easton Kilty, the transfer. We're going to have 4 new offensive linemen next year. It's going to be, year 2 may be kind of tough. We didn't recruit very well, so definitely going to have to take advantage of it in the transfer portal, but we'll see what we can do there. Let's go to the next week. Now we get to the fun part, the transfer portal. We have 1,050 hours, and we got some, off-season recruiting. I think we'll get King Groshek, so we'll be replacing the rush there. We're going to take these guys that have already committed to other schools off the board. I'm very upset that we lost Joel Macklin. It's really going heavy at him. But let's go ahead and let's just start looking at the transfer portal, because those are guys that we're going to have to go after. Again, we could start with the quarterback position. I want to get someone young. Doesn't have to be like a good person, and good right away. Obviously, we have Avery Johnson, so it's not a big deal. But I don't want to bring in like a junior. Though, if we brought in a junior, he would be the backup pretty much his whole time here, and we would be we'd be fine. So it's not the end of the world. But I wanted 6'7", 250. That guy's massive. Wow. Okay. So we have some options here. I mean, I wouldn't. It's not a bad thing to bring in a guy like Samari Collier, scrambler guy, or we can go field general to get a real kind of field general, you know, pocket passer type player. Trying to see if any of these guys even look interesting. A lot of these guys are deal breakers, but I'm not trying to bring in, you know, Jace Bauer, who I'm somewhat familiar with even in this game. But these top guys, they're interested. I wouldn't mind taking a guy like J.J. Cole. I like his size, 6'7". He is transferring away from Iowa State, so he would be flipping to a new school. He is a freshman. We're going to target these top two guys. Might come back for a guy like Giles Pooler. We'll see what happens. Running back wise, Abu Sama III is transferring. Holy cow. Our running back room is pretty much set, but I would love to bring in Abu Sama III, and he is very interested in coming to us. Ugh. That's just killer, man. This guy torched K-State last year in real life. Did pretty well against us too. But that would just be that would be a great storyline to have. We're gonna target him. I know we don't need a running back, and we need to be really mindful of how we use our hours, because our recruiting class, we'll look at it in just a second. I'll go through this and we'll do what our recruiting class is going into this. But I know it's not good. We could have done so much better. But since he is interested, I'm not against bringing him in. But that would be the only back I'd be interested in bringing in. And if I don't bring him in, then I don't bring him in. I'm still set, but I'm not against trying. Wide receiver, I do think we need to beef up a little bit. But is there anyone? I don't want to just take all of Iowa State's players. I don't really need that deep threat type player. I do like the physicality, 6'3", but what am I really getting here? I know I have a lot of receivers. We're pretty deep. I just don't know how they're gonna, react. How the training's gonna go, because I know training's very different than the last game. We did lose Will Swanson, so we could bring in a guy like Ethan Erickson. He's from BYU. He's the only tight end interested in us. We can target him. We still have 15 more spots after adding him. Offensive line. This is where we're really going to need to beef up. Calvin Clements was a KU Jayhawk last year, and he interested in moving over to Manhattan. And since he's a true freshman, I'm not against bringing him over. Offensive guard, there is Matt Golban. He's a junior. And possibly Hassert. Target both of these guys. Not super high on either of their lists, so we probably should add in another one. Let's do Isaiah Reed, 6'5", 295. Yeah, it's fine. Center, we did lose our center, but we did bring in Ben Wynn, so this guy's a junior. We'd give Ben Wynn a little bit of time. And he could, Ben Wynn could fit in either of the interior line. I'm pretty sure he could fit in probably anywhere on the offensive line, but mostly interior. I think he has the size to play tackle. I don't. If we have to take him down, we will. Defensive end, anyone interested? We could bring in Uyunglele. He's interested in coming over. We'll just tack him onto the board for fun there. Landon Dean, sophomore. He's from Kansas, so we'll add him. We're at the top of his board, so wouldn't be a bad guy to bring in. Tyler Walton from Wake Forest, 4th on his board. Defensive tackle. I know we did lose a defensive tackle, so we may want to look into bringing another one. Quincy Howard. He's from Wichita. Looks like he might have played with or even against Avery Johnson in high school. But I think we need to focus on bringing in some other players. So we did already bring in a power rusher, defensive tackle. I think we brought in 2 in our recruiting class. I haven't updated it on the sheet, but I will in just a little bit. We can target both of these guys. How about that? We'll do that. Outside linebacker. I know we brought in our 5-star, but again, I gotta beef up. We lost one outside linebacker and a middle linebacker, and we've replaced them both technically. So don't need to go crazy here unless there's like there isn't a good middle linebacker. So let's just add one of these guys. And again, we're gonna go after an Iowa State player. Iowa State have a lot of transfers here. At corner, anyone that seems interesting. Jeremiah Miles, he's wanting to switch Kansas schools, so we'll take a look at him. First on his board, Isaiah Davis out of UConn. Slot. We did lose our slot corner, so maybe someone to take a peek at. We did lose 3 free safeties, so definitely gonna take a look at Charles Arnold Jr. from Coastal Carolina. Kicker, also a position no one. Is there anyone? There's no kickers in the transfer portal, so we are rolling with who we got. Strong safety, Cordell Little. Don't know why I couldn't get that out. From Washington. He's there. And then any athletes? No. Okay. So is there anyone? Let's just go through some 4-star guys. I want to see if we're just like completely locked out of 4-star guys. We're pretty much toast. Looking at the top ranked players, there's only one 5-star prospect, and Maxwell Hairston, and he's very interested in going to Cincinnati and Northwestern. That's surprising. But yeah, he's the only 5-star prospect. Patrick Payton from Florida State, Emory Jones from LSU, Ernest Green from Georgia is transferring. Wow. Okay, Matthew McDoom. Love that name. Would love to have Matthew McDoom, but he's going to a big school. Stanford. Alec Ioman or Ayo Manor. Funny enough, I'm actually watching the TCU Stanford game, so he's in this game that I'm watching to my left. But there's a deal breaker here, is why we can't get him. We can't add him to our board. I'm trying to just see anyone that Jan Miller. He's transferring away from Alabama after transferring in, I believe. Another Iowa State player. Matthew Golden's transferring after 1 year. Jalen White, no, he's a pretty decent running back. He's looking to go to a very big school. Obviously, Osama. We might just try to take him just for the memes, really. Even though we don't need a running back. Again, just trying to go through guys that I would know or names I recognize. So far, not very many. LJ Martin, he's looking to transfer. Kind of surprised he had no interest in coming to us, since he was interested in going to Iowa State. He may replace Sama. What else? Western Michigan also having transfers. They had a very good year, so not surprising to see them have a couple transfers. Aiden Chillis Aiden Childs, mispronounced that. He's transferring again after one season at Oregon State, transferred to Michigan State, followed his head coach, but he is leaving. He's headed back towards California, looks like. Nicholas Vattiato, pretty much in every dynasty I've seen, this guy is transferred from Middle Tennessee State to Miami. And of course, Alabama, Miami, and Georgia are his top three. So, no surprise there. Looking for, that's all the 4 stars. Don't have a ton of 4 stars interested in us, but the 3 stars that I'm somewhat aware of, I know Caleb Weaver. He's actually a really good hybrid strong safety. I would actually love to grab him, but it looks like he's wanting to stay in Texas, given his top 5. Zabian Brown, he's supposed to be like the next best corner in Alabama, and he's looking like he's transferring back to the West Coast and not to a big school. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the transfer portal next year if that's the case. Still just going through it. I know it's been kind of boring, but just kind of going through, guys, seeing what it is. Gavril Lightfoot, that's a name right there. Cole Pennington, the sophomore, is transferring away from his dad's alma mater. That's obviously Chad Pennington's son, who was the quarterback at Marshall, now transferring, looking like he may end up at Liberty in Conference USA. So staying in conference there. Kentucky and Pitt are in his top 5, but I would be surprised if he went to either of those schools. Justin Martin kind of sounds familiar. UCLA is pretty good recruiting quarterbacks, so not surprising there. Jace Bauer may end up being the quarterback at Iowa. That would be interesting to see. Chris Parker from Central Michigan. Adam Randall from Clemson. He's going to go down to the group of 5. JJ Cole. God, I just can't get over the 6'7", 250. That's nuts. We have some serious power down by the goal line if that ever comes to fruition. I'm getting down to not the barrel, but Ken Talley from Michigan State, interested in coming to us. We'll target him just because we have the target slot. We're not going to go after another running back if we don't get Sama the third. Again, trying to get those guys the ball is going to be insane. Maury Bamba. Okay, we did lose a corner, and that's the last target spot we have. So let's just get into. We don't have a target spot. That's fine. I was like, why are these guys blocked off? But we don't have spots on our board available. But let's just get into. Oh, before I do, let me look at the classes. I know we're not up there. Alabama had the top class. They had 5 5-star recruits, 17 4-star, and 1 3-star. So they've had a tremendous recruiting class. They have 23 total players. Looking at us, I know we have to scroll quite a ways, so I'm not even gonna think we're up here. We are 93rd. We are in between Temple and Western Kentucky, but we also only have 6 recruits. So hopefully we get some more. We do have a couple, actual high school guys coming up that hopefully we can sign relatively quickly. Guys like Groshek. Not really trying to get Deion Daniels, but it is what it is. Borges, Ivasovis. I have no idea. We're gonna call him Juan. We have Juan, another interior guy. I think we can land, but it's gonna take some fighting with A&M. Rashad Mentor, I was really trying to get. He'd be a great physical guy on the outside, but it's gonna be tough fighting with OU and LSU to get him. Emmanuel Feliz we're not even going after, and DeAndre Epikite we're nowhere near as well. We're just going to take these guys off the board. Guys that I really want to, that I really want to sign, or really need to like push the numbers to grab. I don't really think I need to add much. I mean, I think Nate Mount might actually be starting kicker for us, so we're gonna schedule a visit week 1, just because I think we're gonna need a kicker. Unfortunately, we'll talk about his proximity to home. No, he's not close. He's in Humble, which is near Houston. But we'll give him like 25. We're not gonna give a lot of hours to a kicker. We can make do with how we do things. King Grochek, we're pretty much the only team in. We're just gonna give him offer him a visit, and talk about champions. Not gonna give him any points. We lose him, but I just don't see. I would be shocked if we lost him just because he didn't put any points in. Now I'm like second guessing myself, and I'm gonna give him 5. Just make sure he knows we're still there. Diego Borges, another guy we're gonna make a visit, talk about this, and we'll do the same thing. We'll give him 5 so he knows that we're here. Juan, we're fighting with A&M and TCU. Gonna go. We'll go Coach Prestige. Did pretty well, but I think we're gonna have to. We can soft sell something maybe. Yeah, we'll soft sell, and we can put 70 points into them. So let's try to put as many. Is there something? No, we don't have enough points for that, but we can soft sell again. We'll put quite a few points in here. Same with Rashad Mentor. I do want to save some for transfer guys. It's gonna be tough to get Rashad Mentor. I do know that. That's gonna be a tough fight. Aaron Perry's much closer than Humble. So, but let's get into. I'm really more interested in JJ Cole just because of his size. He's got 97 throw power. And he's got really good accuracy. He's got the dot ability. This guy is probably pretty good. For a true freshman, we'll go ahead and offer him. And we'll send the house. I'm pretty much gonna wait on Samari Collier. I think he may end up just going to Liberty, so it's not even close. JJ Cole Liberty's in for quarterbacks. I don't know what they're doing or how many quarterbacks they're gonna bring in, but it looks like everyone and their mom is trying to go to Liberty for some reason. Sama, and that's gonna be very, very tough. We lost Richard Cisco to Ohio State. He was Abu Sama's a sophomore. I did not realize that. Holy cow. Okay, well let's we already know he's good. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna schedule the visit. We're going to do pretty much everything we can to get Sama. We don't really need him. Take a look at this guy. Good run block power. This guy could be pretty good. We'll go ahead and offer him as well. We'll send the house. Tight end Ethan Erickson. I believe he's from BYU. Good speed. Again, he would be the backup to Garrett Oakley. But Garrett would be a senior, so Ethan Erickson would be the tight end going forward. So let's go ahead and offer him. What's his Liberty once again? But maybe since we're a bigger school and have the championship contender thing, we can flip some of these guys. Golben, again, a 4-star guy. We're gonna have to go pretty hard at if we want him. He's a junior. Great impact blocking, great run blocking. Yeah, this guy would fit well with us, and he's only a junior. So we'll send the house and send as much. I don't have the same kind of brand exposure, but we can send the house there. Isaiah Reed, 85 lead blocking, 72 run blocking, but 80 pass blocking. We'll go ahead and offer him. He's interested in going to Clemson, so this could be kind of tough. Let's send the house there. Boniface, he could be like a second option. Good run blocking, great strength. Yeah, we can offer, but we'll probably just leave it at offer. We have 150 hours left, and we have quite a few guys that I wanted to look at. We will get some of these scouting numbers back. So, and we did recruit defensively. We were able to get 1 corner, and we lost 3. So we'll need to bring in. I know we have depth though, so maybe if we just bring in 1, it'll suffice. Maury Bamba, 86 speed, ball hawk. He's got some abilities. Nope, just the 1. But that is, and he's got 38 catching, but he's a ball hawk. That's interesting. Man coverage is pretty decent. Good press. I mean, he's a man-to-man corner. He's a junior. There's Isaiah Davis. Do some scouting. We may offer 81 zone. Okay. 77 man. I like Isaiah Davis. He's looking to go to looks like an ACC school, or Washington State, I guess. We can offer, see if that entices him to move us up his board. And there's Jeremiah Miles. He's the Kansas product, so 75 man, 67 zone. So definitely not as good as abilities, but offer. Leave it at that. Uyongalale. I'm not even gonna try the first name. Not even gonna embarrass myself like that. Does he have any? He does not have any abilities, but decent power rusher. We'll offer as well, and we'll add like 10. I don't think we'll be high on his board. We're not, but we can try to get there. 35 hours. Landon Dean, we're at the top of his board. He is a transfer. He's a Kansas kid. He may be 80 power move comparative to. We can offer, and we'll move to. We'll look to add more to that, but I think that's good for at least the Charles Arnold. Oh, I wanted to look at him. How far we can probably, let's not send the house here. I think we already scheduled a visit. Oh, no, we did not. But we can DM him, and then we'll go 68 zone, and he has zone tendency. Kind of a center fielder type. I think he's pretty good though, but we'll offer, and we'll throw the remaining 15 points at Charles Arnold. Or we just throw 5 at all these guys. Well, let's just leave it at that. We're competing with Ohio State and Georgia for Charles Arnold. That's going to be tough anyways. So let's just throw 5 at all these guys just to let them know we're there. So that's going to be it for week 1. Hopefully we can get on some people's boards here. Since we may end up losing Lance and Dean, but I want these guys to know that we are interested. We didn't even offer Maury Bamba. I don't think I want to. It's just not really, it doesn't really seem like I'd rather give the 5 points to Landon. So let's do that. Yeah, we didn't even look at Hassert, but let's just move on to, we're really focusing on transfers, at least right now, instead of recruits. Hopefully we can get some commits after 1 week of recruiting. No commits. Ken Talley does kick us out. He cuts down to his top 5. So we didn't really go after Ken Talley. He was a last minute ad. We do go top of Cole's board. We are 3rd still on Rashad Mentor. He has reached his top 3. Cole's reached his top 5. Eric's top 5. Reed top 5. All these guys top 5. Martin Owasu we didn't even really look at yet, and Jacob Emming both, but we reached his top 5 and we're in each of these guys top 3, so that's good to see. But no commits as of yet. We can't upgrade the coach, but I want to wait. I want to unlock another skill tree there. Still waiting on Nate Mount. We do have 610 hours to spend, so we can go a little bit harder at these guys. Really, I mean, we're not spending a lot on King Grodick, so hopefully he commits after week 1. He would be good, a good power rusher. Looks like he would be an edge, but he may be a defensive tackle. Not real sure. I think he'd be an edge at 6'3". Borges, we're still at the top. We were fighting hard. It looks like we may end up winning. He did. Was it? No, it wasn't LSU. That was Rashad Mentor. That was LSU. But LSU has jumped OU in that. But we're gonna keep going at it. I know we can add more points, but I mean it's just 5. So let's add the 5 points. Kohler, I know we're top of his list now, so we'll keep him there. Collier. Let's focus on JJ Cole. I know we need a quarterback. Like, we need another quarterback on the roster. We're still 2nd on Collier's board, but I really think we can land Cole, and having basically 2 redshirt freshmen with a junior starter leaves us JJ Cole as the starter. Either after season 2, if Avery Johnson leaves early, which I would be shocked. If not, Cole's the starter junior, senior year, unless he wants to transfer somehow. But I'll try to get him in since he's already redshirted. It won't matter. So we'll definitely try to utilize backup quarterback to keep him happy, I guess. Sama, we go top of Sama's board. We're gonna keep it that way. It shocks me that he's only a sophomore. Like, that's wild. I thought he was at least a junior. So he's actually younger than Dylan Edwards, which is wild. Ethan Erickson, UCF, comes out of nowhere to take the top spot there. Calvin Clements, we're fighting with Wazoo, so let's add some points to just send the house. Send the house, PM him. Can't schedule a visit or anything there. We can scout Hazard. Actually pretty good. 69 run blocking though. Definitely more of a pass blocker for even given his power. We'll probably end up passing. But we are fighting for Matt Golbin, junior transfer. Wish it would tell me where he's transferring from in this screen, not just there, because I cannot remember where Golbin transferred from. I guess I could look. I know he's the only 4-star guy listed. Oh no, Sama's a 4-star. Golbin's a transfer from Wake Forest. Hit the wrong button. This is going to be a bit of a long video, so I wanted to jump into this, and I was excited to get into the off season. So we're doing it now, and we're doing long because editing something like this is a little bit above my expertise. You guys know my editing isn't the greatest. I try to do my best though. Isaiah Reed, another guy, freshman, fighting with Mizzou, so old school rivalry there. Jim Boniface, looks like we may get our center, so not huge, but I'm not against adding some depth to the center position, maybe not forcing our freshmen into playing so early. Uyangalele, we take a good lead there. Same with Landon Dean. We can actually put some more points in both of these guys now that we have. We can send the house actually at both of them and try to land them. No, I didn't want to do that. That was the wrong button. It didn't select that. Did not want to take Landon Dean off of our board. So he'll now go down to the bottom. But defensive tackle, Quincy Howard, Wichita kid. Looks like KU is gonna take the cake there. That's okay. Not really super interested there. Martin Owasu, I believe he's at Minnesota. I know he's from Minnesota, but I'm pretty sure he's from the Golden Gophers. We did bring in a power rusher who is a true freshman. He'll be a redshirt freshman. I think that's what that is. I think he will be a freshman. Not he's a freshman now. He'll be a sophomore next year. Jacob Emming, another. Let's take a look at Jacob Emming. He could be interesting. Power rusher, so he'd be more of an end. 78 zone coverage though, so he could play some off-ball linebacker. That's actually really interesting. I'm actually kind of interested in Jacob Emming for sure. We're gonna go hard sell. Yeah, let's spend some hours there. Jeremiah Miles. Ooh, we're gonna probably lose out on Isaiah Davis. That stinks. I liked him a ton, but we can try this in the house there. Jeremiah Miles, we take a pretty good lead on. Let's not gonna send the house at Jeremiah Miles. We'll go 35 there. Charles Arnold, we do go top there, so another guy we can send the house at. Maury Bamba, not a lot of people going after him. I'm not real surprised by that. Let's spend the 10 hours just to get all of his stats, even though I was going to offer him anyways. And we can send the house there. I think that's enough for the points. We can add 10. We don't want to offer him, so we may jump if we show him some love. Grow check. I just want him to commit already. Is there anyone on the prospect list not in the transfer portal, or can we even add those guys? I don't even know if we can. I don't even think we can add those guys, can we? I don't think we can. We can, because Blizzard's on this list. Though he's already committed. There's high school guys on this list, I think. Go check's already on our list. Wynn's already signed. Absovis, Mentor. Yeah, these are guys all on our board, or have already signed or committed. Yeah, Ty Towers hasn't signed yet, but we do have some guys already signed, like Angel Haywood and Ben Wynn already signed. They signed on early National Signing Day. Anthony Walter, interesting. Sounds familiar too. Ronald Moore, slot corner. Wasn't very interested in us. Oh, well, there's this guy, Bryce He's a quarterback. Okay, well, hold on. Now we may be able to, definitely some athletes. They're all quarterbacks. But some guys we've already scouted, some guys not. DeAndre Epikide. Rashad Archer. 2-star guy from UConn. David Neze. He's not interested though. Kai Black. Is a freshman. We can look into that. Bradley Yeboah. We can look at Bradley Yeboah. He's a punter, but we can look at him. So going to the bottom of our board where the guys we just added are. Nope. And I'm going to do it all over again, I think. Nope. It starts us back here. Looking at Bryce Stachelsky. That's how we're going to pronounce it. Bryce Stachelsky from Dallas. 90 throw power, 89 speed. This guy's probably pretty decent. We're going to offer. What's his? Oh, this is going to be. That's going to be tough to beat. I didn't even look at his overview. Kai Black. We may be able to get in here just because we're a bigger school. 82 release, not bad. Again, he's a freshman, so he could. Not very good route running. 78 catching. Don't think this guy would play right away. We can offer, and we'll DM him, but I'm not going to spend a lot on this. Really just looking at that kick power. 83 kick power. I mean, we redshirt him pretty much right away. And yeah, we'll give him 5 points, but that's all the hours we have to spend. So let's go to week number 2. We did get Juan. He has committed another interior offensive lineman. That's now 2 to go along with Ben Wynn. We go top of Abu Sama's board. We're now 3rd on Golden's board. This will kind of help this. Top of Calvin Clement's board. Uyongalele, Quincy Howard are still 3rd. Jeremiah Myers and Isaiah Davis 1st and 2nd. We go 1st of Charles Arnold and 1st Landon Dean and Kai Black. We are 2nd. So 1 add there. Probably have a few more hours. We have another about 300 hours. I don't see why Nate Mount can't commit. Same with Kane Groshek. Holy cow. Commit already. Like, what are we doing? If you really want me to, I'll hard sell you for a week. Sure. just to try to get it over the line here. We're right there. Diego Borges, he still has to cut down to his top 3. We can add some pressure there. Mentor, I think we're still 3rd. We're trying everything we can to land Rashad Mentor. I think he could be pretty good for us. 91 speed, 95 jumping, and already some great route running. And this guy could be nuts for us. Would love to have him on the roster for sure. JJ Cole should be cutting to his top 3 after this week. Sama looks like he's down to his top 3, and it's us or Oregon. I want to look into visits. Visits are huge. He likes the coach prestige, so we'll give him that. I didn't even look at the visit stuff. These guys have already got visits planned. Borges already visited. Mentor visited. Ethan Erickson. We go top of Ethan Erickson, so we'll schedule his. He likes the championship contender. We're A+. Did reach a quarterfinal there. Everyone likes a championship contender. Golden, we can transfer. He also likes the championship contender. Reed, top there. He's ready for one as well. Give him that one. Can't. Where are we on Emmings board? Top of Emmings board. Okay. We're fighting here. Is there anywhere I can take? So we're the only offer to Stachelski. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to pull that. We go top of Yaboa's board. Not worried about Yaboa. Not going to touch Kai Black. But I do want to get another visit. Probably. No, maybe we can wait. We might be able to wait on that. I think we just give it to Boniface. Again, it's just depth. We're fighting with a lot of guys, and I think we're actually putting up a decent fight. It's just who's it going to come down to. I'm going to cut away for just a second to put in the recruits that I've already locked in. I still haven't locked in any transfers, but I do have some recruits that I want to lock in. So I'm going to cut away for just a second, and then we'll get back into it. All right, so I've added those guys to the board so I don't forget, because the transfers and the recruits are on different pages there, so they're separated. Know who's the transfers, who we've naturally recruited, but that's all of our hours. So we're going to go ahead and jump to the next week, week 3. Hoping we get some more names pop up. We should start to see them roll in right about now. King Groshek, we finally get him over the board, over the line. King Groshek is in. He's the only one to commit, though. Mentor commits to Oklahoma. I'm surprised he didn't go to LSU, but he's going to Oklahoma. Golden commits to Penn State. We finished 3rd in that race, unfortunately. And Isaiah Reed, we lose him out to Mizzou. We do go top of Bryce Chalesky's board, though. Stachelski. I'm going to mess that up. We do go top of his board, so we may end up getting a true freshman quarterback. I don't think he's like dynamite, but it's not bad to have another quarterback on the roster, especially one we can just redshirt right away. Jim Boniface, we go top of his. Still at the top of Emmings' board. Not worried about these two guys. Clements, Ethan Erickson, looks like we go 2nd. We were top last week, so may need to pick it up on Ethan Erickson. JJ Cole still there. Obviously, we just got Groshek, so since it's just one player, I won't cut away to add Groshek to this. We'll just add him right now. He is the 30th best athlete. Keen Groshek. I did not type that right. Groshek. Still messed up the typing. Got it. And he is listed as an athlete out of Texas. And he is a 3-star recruit. So every one of our recruits, except for one, is from the state of Texas. Carlos Jamison, the number 2, our only 5-star guy, who is the number 24 ranked recruit overall, is the only guy from Kansas in our recruiting class as of right now. We do have some other guys possibly joining up, but hopefully we can get these guys through the door. Borges hasn't even got to his top 3, so maybe he'll just skip that step and commit. No one's after him. No one's offered him. We're the only team that's offered him. I don't know what the holdup is, why it's been such a big deal. It looks like we're going to land Cole. Not super worried about it. Darn. Damn. I really want Abusama. I don't need him. I know I don't need him, but I want him. UCF. This would be a big win if we can take UCF's guy from them. That would be great. We're gonna send the house. That is 4, right? And that is 4 and 2. So it's actually not. I need to be more mindful of what we're doing. So let's give him. You can get the back. We can see how much we use the backup tight end. Let's do that, and then we'll DM him so we get the six ups, I guess. King Clements, we're right there. He's about to commit. Not really going after Hazard. We lost Goldman and Isaiah Reed. That sucks. But again, we've got Boniface, who's looking like he is liking us a lot. So we'll give him a visit, or we'll schedule him a visit. Same with Angale. He's more into coach prestige, so that's interesting to see. And then we can also give him some more points. I didn't realize that, so we'll give him some points. Any more guys? We go top of Isaiah Davis's board. That's huge. Any more guys we can schedule visits for? Jeremiah Miles. He's a Topeka kid, so we'll go high on that. We can also soft sell. Is there any others? Let's do Parks at home. We don't know if he has a care in the world for championship contender, but we're gonna send that way. Well, I want to check that actually now that I click over to it, but we have him scheduled for a visit. Charles Arnold, we're right there. Looks like the bigger schools weren't as interested as he thought they would be, and we're out of visit spots. So, but I think we still can lock him up. Landon Dean's about to cut to his top 3. He's cut to his top 8, and we're the only school really offering Chelsea, so we're right there. Kai Black, we're fighting Tulsa. I think we're the better school. I don't know what he's looking for. It says it's coach receipts, not playing time, so who knows really there. We have 200 hours. I don't really know. I mean, should I just max out these guys on what they're looking for? And really just try to get them over the line. I have the hours to spend, so I don't want to stay away from anything. We have like a D in. Give him the max points. He's at max points. Max. We can't schedule him a visit. That's okay. We'll just give him as many points as we can give him. Just make sure we have all the guys we really want at max points. I'll schedule. Give him some hard sell stuff he doesn't necessarily care about clearly. Okay, we still have 110 hours to go, so we can add some more here. Take off the that's with 4-star. Oh no, that's. We'll keep that there. And I guess we'll just set my house since we have the hours. If we need to take them off, we can take them off. But letting these guys know we're here. 5 more minutes there. So we have 35 hours to spend, but we're not actually gonna. Let's look at the top classes, see if we've moved. Alabama's still at the top. Tennessee having a good recruiting class. We were like 93rd last time I looked. We have had a couple commits. We have moved up to 67 in between Washington State and Vanderbilt. So hopefully we can get, and we're trying to get above Kansas here. Kansas had a bunch of 3-star recruits. They did take D. Fowler from us, who I was really wanting to get, but we weren't able to get 2 other guys that were good. So not a terrible loss there, but was really going after D. Fowler for sure. But up to 67, that's good. I think we'll get some more commits, and we'll see that our recruiting class rise. I'm not sure if it counts transfers. I haven't had any transfers come in yet, so I can't be 100% sure. But let's go advance one more week and see who all commits. J.J. Cole, we get our backup quarterback. That's who we were after. Calvin Clements, another transfer. Jacob Emming, another transfer. Diego Borges, non-transfer. Jim Boniface, a transfer. Jeremiah Miles, transfer. Give me Isaiah Davis. Charles Arnold, transfer. Landon Dean. Kai Black, okay. Bradley Yeboah. Damn. We didn't get Isaiah Davis. We didn't get Sama. That stinks. Really wanted Sama there. We didn't get Isaiah Davis. We didn't get Abu Sama. He's going to Oregon, as is Uyangalele. I believe they came out of nowhere. I thought we had that one in the bag for sure. Man. Oh, yeah, but we had a lot of commits. I'm going to add these guys to the sheet, and I will be right back. National Signing Day is officially here, so all the transfers are done. All the recruiting is done for the year. I was looking it over. We took in 8 total transfers. J.J. Cole, quarterback from Iowa State. Calvin Clements, left tackle from KU. Jacob Emming, the left outside linebacker from Iowa State. Jim Boniface, an interior lineman from Iowa State. Jeremiah Miles, a cornerback from KU. So 2 KU guys jumping over to Manhattan, making the short 30 to 45 minute drive from Lawrence to Manhattan. Charles Arnold Jr., free safety from Coastal Carolina. Landon Dean, a left end from Oklahoma State. And Kai Black, a wide receiver from Iowa State. So 8 transfers, 7 of which are coming from other Big 12 schools. And Charles Arnold, of course, jumping from Group of 5 to Power 5. Didn't get a ton of looks, which kind of scares me of his overall, but really just go with depth on that one, since I lost 3 free safeties to graduation and did not, don't think we recruited one. We did not. We did recruit a corner. We also did get Nate Mount. He's the number 2 kicker, so we should be fine there. And Bradley Yeboah will still have, I don't even remember the name of our current punter, but I know he didn't leave. So Yeboah will likely just be a redshirt guy. No big deal there. Nothing crazy. No one we missed. Uyangalele went to Oregon. Didn't really see that one. That kind of came out of nowhere. We were pretty much in the lead for him the entire time, but that's okay. We did end up getting Jacob Emming, so it's not really, that was more just because the last name wanted that guy. Not that he wasn't good, he is good, but we did get Jacob Emming. He was actually a year younger, so that's good. We got Jeremiah Miles. We did not get Isaiah Davis. Unfortunately, Georgia Tech did tweet that one out from us. Looks like Maury Bamba did not get offered a transfer, so kind of stuck there. Oh, I didn't even see this. We got Bryce Stachelski, the athlete. Let me add him. He is the number 128 athlete. Bryce Stachelski. Yeah, listed as an athlete. He is out of Texas as well. He is a 3-star, but he is definitely a quarterback. At least his tendency is scrambler, so we'll have to wait and see. It may end up changing. So we had 3 athletes, 1 wide receiver, punter, a kicker, 2 defensive tackles, 2 interior linemen, a corner. 3 defensive tackles. Oh no, I have Mateo Bowman here twice. That's embarrassing. 2 defensive tackles and a left outside linebacker. So I mean, I think it's a pretty decent recruiting class, right? I could have done a lot better, I think. But looking at the top classes now, Alabama remains on top. They had 31 total commits. Not sure if this includes transfers. Let me see if I can find. Oregon has 1 5-star. So yeah, it does include transfers because there's Sama the third. That's what I was looking for. I was surprised that some of these guys, I mean, maybe they weren't giving out 5 stars, you know, like candy, but Alabama recruited well. They got the top class this year. Where are we? We were 67th and we jumped to 33rd. So not a bad class at all. We did get 1 5-star and 3 4-stars. Not a bad class at all. I think we can definitely improve given other Big 12 schools. We did finish right below Colorado. They did get a Manor, so they're replacing they got two other 4-star receivers too, so they're replacing Travis Hunter with those guys. Not bad to see. Any other Big 12 schools up here? TCU had the 16th. TCU had the top recruiting class in the Big 12. Let me just make sure that's right. Yep, we had the 3rd. Not too upset about that. Again, we could have done better. I went with quality over quantity. Colorado and TCU both got over 30 recruits. However, TCU has got a lot of quality in their recruits. They did get Golden, the transfer out of Texas, and they got Caleb Weaver from Sam Houston State. He's a really good safety. I really like him. Their top guy was Golden. Well, maybe not their top guy because they did have 2 5-stars, and they're both defensive tackles. Not sure what's next. We can do position changes, so we'll go in and change the athletes. But this video is already long enough, so I'm just going to cut it right here. If you guys watch this whole thing, I really do appreciate that. Make sure to leave a like. Let me know if you're excited for year 2, what you want to see, some players. I'm going to do some practice, and I'll add in some highlights of that, what I do, you know, setting up the board. We'll go through all that stuff in the next video. So I guess this will be a two-parter, and we'll just have back-to-back long videos. It is what it is, but it's, you know, it's late. Can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna do the position changes and all that stuff. It's not super important that you guys see it. If I see something that's interesting, I will make sure to record it and show you guys. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next bit of off season.